Authorities are investigating a body found in the Penobscot River. Good afternoon, I'm Susan Farley. Northern Light Health will be closing its clinic in Southwest Harbor. We'll take a look at how it's affecting residents. And we've been hammered with severe storms all over the country recently. Scientists are saying this may be the new normal. Thank you for joining us. We'll have more on these and other stories coming up. First, let's check in with meteorologist Devin Biggs. Devin?
Hey Susan, happy Monday afternoon. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Renewal by Andersen. We invite you to give us a call regarding your project and experience the Renewal by Andersen difference. All right, let's get into things this afternoon. But first, let's take a look at what we had this morning. We had fog earlier this morning in a few spots. We're getting that out of here now. This afternoon, not looking too bad. We've had a few sprinkles earlier, and now with that starting to kind of calm down, though, we'll just have a mixture of clouds and some sunshine across the region today. Let's zoom things out right now. We're pushing our last little wave of energy through now. It gave us a few sprinkles earlier this morning, but now we're looking pretty good out there as we do move forward. Futurecast for today showing a partly cloudy sky this afternoon. Partly cloudy again tonight. Maybe some fog along the coast and looking pretty good as we head towards Tuesday morning. A little bit of a breeze out there for today, maybe up to around 5 to 10 miles per hour. That will continue into parts of tonight. Then as we head towards tomorrow, the winds do start to increase just a bit, especially by around midday. For today, middle 60s, partly cloudy. We're losing the morning sprinkles, and a south wind getting up to around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Overnight tonight, lower 40s, partly cloudy with a light and variable wind. As we head towards tomorrow, lower 70s, a nice day, partly cloudy and breezy out there. Northwest wind increasing and gusting to around 25 miles per hour at times. The hourly forecast for the rest of the afternoon period will be losing to clouds with temperatures in the 50s and 60s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Susan?
Thank you, Devin. A family fishing on the Penobscot River made a terrible discovery Sunday. They found the body of a man and contacted authorities. According to the Penobscot County Sheriff's Office, the county's communications center received a report of a deceased individual in the river off the main road at approximately 2:15 p.m. The Sheriff's Office, the Maine Warden's Service, and the Maine State Police responded to the area and recovered the individual from the waterway. The body was taken to the office of the Chief Medical Examiner in Augusta. They say no further information will be provided until that office has made an identification. A man was sent to the hospital after reportedly crashing into a building in Milford just before midnight Saturday night. According to the Penobscot County Sheriff's Office, deputies responded and discovered that 52-year-old Wayne Farrow had failed to negotiate a turn and struck a vacant building on the main road. You can see the result. The car came to a stop halfway into the building with debris scattered all around. Deputies determined Farrow had been drinking alcohol before the accident. He's now charged with operating under the influence. Police say one person is dead following a motorcycle crash in Biddeford. According to the Maine State Police, troopers responded to the area of mile marker 32 southbound on the Maine Turnpike just before 6:30 p.m. Friday. An initial investigation shows that 21-year-old Zachary Swain of Connecticut struck a guardrail and was ejected from the motorcycle when exiting a curved off-ramp. He was pronounced deceased on the scene by rescue personnel. Investigators continue to search for the cause of a bad house fire in Waterville. 5 people have been displaced following a fire that broke out late Friday night. According to the Waterville Fire Department, crews responded to Front Place just before midnight for a reported structure fire. They say fire was heavy upon arrival, showing from 3 sides of the building. The cause is currently under investigation. The displaced tenants are being helped by the Red Cross. A series of storms in December and early January caused flooding and widespread damage to inland and coastal parts of our state. Now, data from climate scientists and meteorologists say those storms are likely to happen more frequently in the future. Our Augusta reporter Corey Bouchard spoke with the group behind the study to learn more.
And what this does is kind of give you a broad overview of where we are with climate change and where things are at.
Jen Brady, a senior data analyst for the nonprofit group Climate Central, is talking about data from the 5th National Climate Assessment, a congressionally mandated effort of federal agencies to collect data on our current climate and where the data suggests we may be heading.
So what we just did was, just kind of try to tell the story of why this might be happening. Why are we seeing precipitation increases in certain places, and what does that mean?
According to the study, between 1958 and 2021, the frequency of extreme rainfall days surged by 60%. Scientists attribute this trend to the capacity of warmer air to hold 4% more water vapor for every degree increase in temperature.
So we know it's getting warmer. That's clear as well. And so what's happening then is the atmosphere is able to hold more water. And then it's coming down faster, quicker, in a shorter period of time.
Brady says this means we will continue to see storms like we saw in December and January that caused widespread inland flooding and damaged our coastal communities.
Based on the fact that we know the temperatures are going to continue to rise, it will continue. This is an extreme rainfall. So this just isn't, we might get our flowers watered more frequently. It's going to come, and it's going to come kind of heavy and hard and probably cause flooding and other things like that.
To view the full report, you can visit our website. In Augusta, I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Maine lost 23 people last year due to illness and injuries related to their workplace. That's according to the Maine Department of Labor. This year's death toll is slightly above the roughly 20 work-related deaths recorded in 2022. Laura Fortman, the commissioner of the Maine Department of Labor, says this number also includes 3 of the 18 people killed during the Lewiston mass shooting. In a statement, Fortman said, quote, "We mourn each of the lives lost. We reflect on the impact their loss has on their families and communities, and we recommit ourselves to our duty to protect the workers of Maine. Safety is everyone's business, and everyone deserves to go home to their families at the end of the workday." Northern Light Health will be closing its clinic in Southwest Harbor. The news comes as a shock to some local patients who say they've gone to their facility for their entire lives. David Ledford spoke to some of them.
I'm a bit disappointed because I've been going to the medical center here in Southwest Harbor since I was 4 years old.
This is going to be a hardship for the Southwest Harbor community.
That was a surprise for me.
Northern Light Maine Coast Hospital is relocating and combining its Southwest Harbor clinic with its larger primary care practice in Ellsworth. In a statement, a Northern Light spokesperson cited several reasons for the closure, saying in part, quote, "Because of continued staffing challenges and the high cost of facility maintenance and improvements, combining our current Southwest Harbor services with Ellsworth makes the most sense," end quote. However, area resident Jeffrey Porter says he's concerned the closing of the facility will make it more difficult for locals to visit with their primary care providers.
Can you imagine what's going to happen if my guys have to go to the doctors and they got to go to Ellsworth, or I go in the summertime? You might as well call it a whole day. And I'm not going to get back until after it closed. Look at what happens. The traffic can't get on or off this island in summer.
And as an amputee, he says he's worried about making the drive himself.
When I started driving by myself after everything started healing, I had to pull over and wait if I drove by myself because my foot hurt so much.
A Northern Light Health representative says patients will be contacted to help transition their care, and all 9 staff employed in Southwest Harbor have been offered positions at the new location or elsewhere. Services and staff will officially be relocated to the facility on Resort Way in Ellsworth on August 30th. In Southwest Harbor, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
There are approximately 100 illegal marijuana grows that have been identified operating in Maine. That's according to U.S. Attorney Darcy McElwee, who issued a statement Friday. McElwee says the success of collaborative efforts with local law enforcement is evident since more than 40 operations have already been shut down and multiple arrests have been made over the last few months. She says the possibility that organized criminal enterprises with alleged ties to China are using Maine properties to profit from unlicensed marijuana operations is clear, and there is a need for strong, sustained federal, state, and local efforts to shut down and investigate these operations. To date, McElwee says there is no evidence of illegal immigration or human trafficking associated with the illicit marijuana grows. Coming up on ABC 7 News at noon, Husson University held its commencement over the weekend. We'll take a look when we come back.
Your local professional eco-friendly office space partner is WVII Business Solutions, your one-stop shop to get the job done. Handling all your office furniture and printing machine needs at an affordable price. Offering full system integration into your workplace and local service on everything we sell. We can even remote monitor your system with just-in-time inventory and service need assessments. Little to no downtime gives you peace of mind. At WVII Business Solutions, your solution is only an email or a phone call away.
At Living Innovations, we build community. You can be a part of it. We put supporting people first, and that builds a caring community within our workforce and for the people we serve. Living Innovations supports people with disabilities and has flexible work opportunities available. You could become a shared living provider and work from home, or help support people to be active in the community. To learn more, visit livinginnovations.com and check out our employment and home provider opportunities. Become a part of Living Innovations and be part of a community with a purpose.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
When you need tires, no matter the size, Bangor Tire will service your ride and get you back on the road quick and safely. Master mechanics in the consumer division will repair your brakes, exhaust, front-end alignments, and much more. Truckers, take exit 180 from I-95 for your new tires or flat repair with minimal wait time. Always free shuttle and delivery of your car in the greater Bangor area. Take Littlefield Avenue to 514 Colebrook Road, Herman, right beside Dysart. BangorTire.com.
We're more than just a tire store.
As winter fades and the weather warms, you might not be ready to think about air conditioning, but Valley Home Services is ready because now is the perfect time to beat the heat. Fujitsu heat pumps from Valley Home Services are not only great sources for heat in the colder months, they're also fantastic air conditioners for the hotter months. And right now is the best time to install a Fujitsu heat pump so you can take advantage of the efficiency for what heating is left and get a jump on the cooling for the summer. Embrace the comfort with Fujitsu and Valley Home Services.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
Subaru has stepped up for two local nonprofits. The dealership's annual Share the Love event raised $41,000 that came from a $250 donations per car sold. $23,500 went to the Bangor Symphony Orchestra. $17,500 was donated to the Bangor Humane Society. Both organizations say it's donations like these that make the work they do possible.
Well, ticket sales don't cover all of the costs that we have, so donations are a big part of any nonprofit.
All of our support comes from local donors, local businesses who support the mission of these local charities. Without that support, we would not be able to do our life-saving work.
Car buyers were allowed to choose which of the two nonprofits to donate to with their purchase. Husson University students celebrated an academic milestone Saturday. Callie Warren was there to capture the moment and take a look.
Over 700 students graduated from Husson University on Saturday. The 125th Husson commencement took place at Bangor's Cross Insurance Center, where thousands cheered on graduates. Retired U.S. Army Staff Sergeant Travis Mills, a quadriplegic amputee and veteran advocate, delivered the commencement address and received an honorary Ph.D. in public service for his nonprofit work.
Today is the closing chapter for you, graduates. You've learned a lot, made some lifelong friends, and have some of the best years of your life. But now, as you walk across stage to get your diploma, you are going into a world to make it a better place.
As students reflect on their time at Husson, they also look forward to the journey ahead.
I feel really good, really relieved. I accepted a position already, so I know where I'm going to work, and I'm just really excited to start that. This has been amazing. Some of the best years of my life, really.
And as the ceremony came to a close, alumni encouraged students to look back on their time at the school in the years to come.
Remember the experience that you've had here and take it with you throughout your life.
In Bangor, Callie Warren, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Turning now to the southern end of our state, a conservation area in Windham that has been in the works for more than 2 years now, and it's finally coming to life. Asia Reed has more.
700 acres of protected land, featuring 8 miles of trails in Windham, were unveiled Saturday. Nearly 100 bikers, hikers, and members of the public excited to finally explore. Town manager Barry Tibbetts says this conservation project has been in the works for nearly 2 years.
It's really a universal opening for people to get out, get healthy, and to spend some time in nature.
This area is connected to an existing preserve in Windham and Falmouth.
It totals over 2,000 acres of hiking trails, biking trails, snowmobile trails, and there are various horse trails and also some ATV trails in here.
Tibbet says this should lead to economic growth. Trails are a vital component to the state's $3 billion outdoor recreation economy. Outdoor enthusiast Mark Morrison says it's a huge aspect of the state.
We're not from Maine, that's why we came here. That's why we chose to live here, raise our families.
This project came together after Wyndham leaders in the Presumscott Regional Land Trust Fund brought it to Land for Maine's Future. This land is now one of the largest conservation areas in southern Maine.
It's going to be here forever, and come out and enjoy it any time of the year.
Fifth graders at the Herman Middle School spent some time thinking about future career opportunities. Students participated in the Junior Achievement Program, which is designed to spark interest in how the economy works and encourage students to think about their futures. The program was led by a team of volunteers who use games, simulations, and discussions to connect with students about workforce readiness.
It's not much longer before they are starting to deal with real-world issues, and we want them to know what those real-world issues might be. And ultimately, we want them to just explore the options that they have. We don't want them just to think that they're pinholed into one thing. We want them to recognize that there's quite a few things that they can do in life.
Because you need to know how you're gonna be an adult. You need to know how to get jobs and stuff like that.
All right.
The program also highlighted some other essential skills for any job, including communication, teamwork, and problem solving. After the break, the war in Israel could be escalating. We'll be right back.
You've always known what you wanted, no matter how far down the road it looked. We're here to help you get there. Brewer Federal Credit Union. BrewerFCU.org.
We've been on this property for 47 years. What I've learned along the way is the better tools you have, the easier the job and the better job you get.
He is a former owner of another brand, tractor. He wanted green.
Everything has to be pruned and cut, and there's a lot of stuff that has to get moved. You can't get any more American than John Deere, I don't think.
They don't write songs about any other tractor company. It's John Deere.
Experience United, your local John Deere dealer.
Spring is here, and so are the savings at the Furniture Gallery. Relax with a reclining sofa and recliner for only $9.98. Opening up camp, queen mattresses starting at $188, and sleeper sofas starting at $598. Power lift recliners also starting at $598, or save $100 on medical grade lift recliners. All Flex Steel now 10% off, and all Von Bassett bedroom sets 20% off. It's easy to buy at the Furniture Gallery with 18-month 0% interest financing. The Furniture Gallery.
Mesothelioma is more than a ravaging illness. It is a disease that can ruin a family's finances and is never the victim's fault. The law offices of Joe Bornstein has been fighting and winning for Maine families for nearly 50 years, and we've collected over $500 million for injured Mainers. If you or a loved one is a victim of mesothelioma or asbestos-related lung cancer, call Joe today for a free case evaluation and to learn about your family's legal rights. Dial 207-CALL-JOE or online at joebornstein.com.
Who has the best kept secret in Penobscot County?
We do!
Welcome to Maple Lane Farms, a fifth-generation family farm that's committed to providing you with the best quality products. Our farm-raised local and sustainable meat is flash frozen to lock in the freshness and natural flavors. Experience the top-notch quality of our meat that's naturally raised without any antibiotics or hormones. Get the best of both worlds, quality and affordability. Try Maple Lane Farms today, the candy store for the carnivore.
You've lived quite a life. Now, it's time to live it up. We're here to help you enjoy all you've earned. Brewer Federal Credit Union. BrewerFCU.org.
There could be a major escalation in the Middle East. Israel is warning people to evacuate the city of Rafah, which could signal a ground offensive is imminent. The U.S. and world leaders have long discouraged an Israeli offensive because of concerns about civilian casualties. Hamas has claimed responsibility for a deadly attack in that area in the last 24 hours. ABC's Wynn has the latest.
Breaking overnight, Israeli military officials urging Palestinians to evacuate parts of the southern Gaza city of Rafah ahead of an expected ground offensive by Israeli forces into the city, where more than 1 million civilians have sought shelter during the war. It comes just hours after Hamas claimed responsibility for a rocket attack at Gaza's southern border, at one of the few crossings where humanitarian aid enters the territory. 3 Israeli soldiers were reportedly killed. Prime Minister Netanyahu has vowed to enter Rafah to flush out Hamas fighters, defying international pressure, including from the U.S. All of this as hopes for a ceasefire and hostage deal fade.
Netanyahu lashing out at other world leaders, saying no amount of pressure will stop Israel from defending itself. Hamas's negotiating team leaving Cairo for Qatar, with CIA Director Bill Burns one of the key mediators. It feels like the US and allies are in a final push to try and force a hostage and ceasefire deal.
The website Axios reports the Biden administration has paused a shipment of U.S.-made ammunition to Israel. The decision reportedly made last week, leaving Israel scrambling. But the reason behind the decision unclear. Wynn, ABC News, Washington.
The government has shut down the Al Jazeera network, raiding its offices and calling the broadcaster an incitement channel. Al Jazeera calling it criminal action and insisted it follows professional media standards. Now to the latest on Donald Trump's criminal trial in Manhattan. It resumes after testimony from Hope Hicks, who was one of Trump's closest aides. ABC's Aaron Katersky has the latest.
Donald Trump returns to court in New York after he spent the weekend in Florida attacking prosecutors in his other criminal cases, mocking Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis over a romance that forced another prosecutor off the Georgia election interference case, and using expletives to describe Special Counsel Jack Smith. In New York, Trump is charged with falsifying business records related to a hush payment to adult film actress Stormy Daniels. The jury will soon have a look at the ledger that characterized the payment as a legal expense, which prosecutors said was Trump's way of concealing it from voters. The defense has said Trump wanted to protect his family, not his campaign. But on Friday, his loyal aide Hope Hicks testified, "I think Mr. Trump's opinion was it was better to be dealing with it now, and that it would have been bad to have that story come out before the election." At that point, Hicks broke down in tears, Trump watching from the defense table, the judge calling for a break. On cross-examination, Hicks said Trump didn't want anyone in his family to be hurt or embarrassed by anything that was happening on the campaign. The morning the Wall Street Journal published a story about the payoff to former Playboy model Karen McDougal. Hicks testified Trump was concerned how it would be viewed by his wife, and he wanted me to make sure that the newspapers weren't delivered to their residence that morning. Did he also ask you whether you thought it was likely to affect the campaign? Hicks was asked. She responded, "Everything we talked about in this time period was about whether or not there was an impact on the campaign."
The jury will now hear from others who worked for Donald Trump and who were part of the paper trail central to this first trial of a former American president. Aaron Katersky, ABC News, New York.
Now she says President Biden's dog should meet the same fate, doubling down on the disclosure in her new memoir that she shot and killed her 14-month-old puppy named Cricket for attacking livestock and posing a danger to people. She says that she had put months and months of training into Cricket and taking it to other trainers as well. She says President Biden's dog Commander should meet the same fate after attacking Secret Service personnel. Nome has faced backlash of both sides of the aisle for her killing dog story, including former House Speaker Newt Gingrich saying the story has ended any possibility of her being chosen as a vice presidential candidate. When we return, Devin Biggs has your 5-day forecast.
Great Scott! This is Green Bay 420 in 2010. What kind of trip is this? I gotta get back to 2023. Wait, it's 2015. So much has changed. In 2023, we had a lot more glass, t-shirts, and novelties. It's gonna take a bolt of lightning to get me home. Finally, home at last. Now Green Bear 420, Green Bear Green Care is bigger and better than ever. To be continued.
If you've been injured and think you can't afford a lawyer, think again.
You can hire Lowry & Associates, and there's no fee unless they win your case. Just call the twos.
We don't get paid unless you get paid. We call it the Lowry Guarantee.
They win or it's free. That's the Lowry Guarantee. Lowry & Associates settled my case for $400,000.
Call the twos. We win for you.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do? Call 222-2222.
Ready to create your backyard oasis? Alexander's Professional Landscaping will work with you to create your perfect outdoor space. Work one-on-one with our landscape designer to create a unique garden to fit your family's personal aesthetics and lifestyle. Have our pros install your new lawn, deck, or patio. Schedule a consultation today by calling 573-4497. Alexander's Professional Landscaping, the way landscaping should be.
Are your basement walls bowing, crumbling, or failing? Hi, I'm Tony Hafford with TC Hafford Basement Systems, all things basementy. Our stable lock wall system offers a patented, affordable, and permanent solution to save your foundation walls. It stabilizes, fills voids, and structurally repairs, leaving a new smooth surface. All the strength of new walls. Call TC Hafford Basement Systems today for all things basementy.
If you or a loved one are 50 years old or older and have at least a 20-pack year smoking history, you may want to consider a lung cancer screening. We get the details from ABC's Perry Russum.
A new study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association reveals only about 16% of adults who should get lung cancer screenings got one in 2022. Screenings can detect lung cancer at earlier stages and improve survival rates. A lung cancer screening is a CAT scan of the chest done yearly for adults at higher risk for lung cancer. It's recommended for adults aged 50 or older with at least a 20-pack year smoking history who currently smoke or quit in the past 15 years. A 20-pack year history is the equivalent of smoking 1 pack a day for 20 years, or 2 packs a day for 10 years, or half a pack a day for 40 years, and so on. If you or a loved one meets this criteria, please speak to your healthcare provider to see if a lung cancer screening is right for you. With this Medical Minute, I'm Perry Russum.
Now let's check your full forecast with Devin Biggs. Devin?
All righty, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by the Furniture Gallery. Spring into savings with exceptional savings in all departments. The Furniture Gallery is a Maine family-owned company with locations in Augusta, Bangor, Newport, and Wyndham. Wave heights are not too bad this afternoon at around 3 to 4 feet. According to the buoys out there, we have no advisories in effect along the coast or on land for that matter, so we're looking pretty good this afternoon as we do move forward. We had fog earlier this morning. Bar Harbor and a few other spots saw some reduced visibilities, but now this afternoon, not looking too bad. We also had a few sprinkles that developed earlier this morning. Those tracked from the northwest going to the south and east. We're pushing those through, and now we're going to be losing the clouds. We'll be under a partly cloudy sky as we head towards the afternoon period. Let's zoom things out, though. That last wave of energy is passing through this system right about in here, is going to stay to our south. That's causing some storms in parts of Tennessee this morning into the afternoon period as well. But now Colorado, another system developing, now give us some chances for some rain coming up later on. So futurecast moving forward, though, we'll be under a partly cloudy sky coming up later this afternoon, and also into the evening time frame as well. That could be a little bit of fog as we head towards later on tonight along the coast, so be noteful of that. We'll have a lot of sunshine as we head towards your Tuesday, maybe a few passing clouds as we head towards the afternoon period. No big deal with that. And then later on Tuesday night, not too bad, maybe a few passing clouds at best, and it looks to be about it with more clouds on the way as we head towards your Wednesday. Maybe some gusty winds today, but the best of gusty winds will be further off towards the north. Those could reach up to 20 miles per hour at times there. Maybe a few gusts up to 10 to 15 miles per hour for us today and in parts of tonight, but no big deal with those. Then for tomorrow, gusty winds up to 20 to even 25 miles per hour. That looks possible as we head towards your Tuesday, especially right around midday into parts of the afternoon. Average high is 63 degrees. We'll do middle 60s today, lower 70s for your Tuesday, back in the low 60s Wednesday, upper 50s Thursday, middle 50s Friday. Then we're back in the 50s and 60s against Saturday and also in your Sunday. And as we do move forward, though, allergies continue to remain high. We continue to remain at high allergy category for trees. And of course, grass, weed, and mold continues to remain rather low for now, but those will be on the increase before you know it. So for today, middle 60s, partly cloudy, some morning sprinkles. Those are getting out of here now. And the south wind getting up to around 5 to 10 miles per hour at times. By tonight, lower 40s, partly cloudy with a light and variable wind. As we head towards tomorrow, we have lower 70s, partly cloudy and breezy. Northwest wind getting up to around 25 miles per hour at times. All right, let's check out your extended forecast brought to you by the Furniture Gallery. Rain showers on Wednesday with highs in the low 60s, upper 50s for a Thursday with a small chance for rain, and Friday more rain showers with highs in the mid 50s.
Thank you, Devin. Rex has spent the past 5 years working for the TSA alongside his handler, Regina Eisenberg, helping to screen travelers before they got to security checkpoints and sniffing out any explosive devices in baggage. Now he's retiring. He was given a heartwarming send-off at Milwaukee's Mitchell Airport. His final assignment, sniffing out a piece of decoy luggage before being showered with tennis balls and lots of love. He now gets to go home with Regina and just be a dog. That's all for ABC 7 News at noon. Thanks for watching. I'm Susan Farley. We'll see you this evening with Peter Dubois and Beth Jones on ABC 7 News at 6. Have a great afternoon.